Hello friends. I wanted to thank you first for your support during this time. And let me tell you that I am going to show you a lot of interesting ideas and videos about this work. And I want you to be with me again and support me and my small business. In a small video, I want to show you the steps of making a figure out of tin. Of course, this video is a small part of the work, and it takes about 3 to 4 days to make, polish, and paint this figure. Of course, not everything is as good as this video, and there may be some problems during the making, which will allow us to challenge ourselves and solve them. I use self-resin for smoothing to remove the protrusions and small indentations of the work surface. In this way, I make sure with a pen that the depressions are covered with resin. And then I dry the work on the stove with a UV flashlight, and after the work is finished, I put the model back in the UV machine so that the resin is completely cured. I use this to smooth the place of the supports, and then with an electric sander or any sander that is available, I make sure that the surface of the model is smooth. And after removing sanding powders, I usually use an electric sander because my work speed is much faster, and because it has small and large sanding heads, it can be used for all parts. I put a layer of primer on the model so that it is ready for painting. And now I start the fascinating process of coloring. Coloring makes me put aside all the worries and events around me for a short period of time and just enjoy the moment I have. Arts and crafts are very enjoyable. I usually paint each part 2 to 3 times, which depends on the coverage of the color, the brightness of the color, and we do this until the whole surface reaches the color of one hand. This Tintin figure is one of the most popular models among all the figures that anyone who likes Tintin will fall in love with this figure and want to have a figure of this style of Tintin on their desk. I really enjoy watching sculpt painting videos, and I always like to see the process of preparing each sculpt. It took me about 2.5 days to make and paint this model, and of course it is not as fast as shown in the video. But when you love something, time passes quickly, and it was the same for me. When I work on sculptures and figures, I don't notice the passage of time. Of course, try to rest during your work because your back may be injured. I hope that watching this video will be enjoyable for you and you will enjoy watching the process of painting and completing the model. I also use chalk pastels for the redness on his face. In the next videos, I will tell you about the challenges and failures, and we can fix them with your help. Thank you for being with me in this video. If you want to see more videos about this work, be sure to subscribe to my page because I will be back with new models.